In this lesson, we're going to work through some examples that combine ideas of measurement and algebra. So here we have a composite shape. Remember, a composite shape is made up of two or more smaller basic shapes. So we've got a small rectangle and a larger rectangle, making up this entire composite shape. And we're asked to write a simplified expression for the perimeter and area. So if we think about the perimeter, remember what that is. That's the distance around the outside of the shape. So we need to know the lengths of all the sides. Now what we're told is not a value for the length, but we have an expression for each side length. But you needn't worry because the perimeter is calculated the exact same way. We're just going to add all of the expressions for the lengths of all the sides. So first we need to figure out the expressions for all of the missing side lengths. Well, these three here are all the same length. We know that because of the little symbols. But what is the expression for the length? Well, the entire length from here to here is 6x plus 3. Well, that's the same from here to here, and it's divided into 3 equal pieces. So if we take 6x plus 3 and we divide it by 3, well, each term gets divided by 3. So 6x divided by 3 is 2x, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. So our expression is 2x plus 1 for this length, 2x plus 1 for this length, and 2x plus 1 for this length. This is labeled as 3x. It's the same on the other side. This is labeled as x. It's the same on the other side. So now we have all of our side lengths. So when we calculate the perimeter, we just add all the side lengths. So we have x plus 2x plus 1 plus x plus 2x plus 1 plus 3x plus 6x plus 3 plus 3x plus 2x plus 1. So now we can put all our like terms together and simplify. So we end up with this expression for the perimeter. And now to find an expression for the area, we're going to break the composite shape into smaller pieces. So we have this small rectangle at the top and the large rectangle on the bottom. We can take the area of the small rectangle and add it to the area of the large rectangle. So the area of the small rectangle is length times width, so x times 2x plus 1. The area of the large rectangle is again length times width, so it's 3x times 6x plus 3. So here we have an expression for the total area. X times 2x plus 1 plus 3x times 6x plus 3. And we need to simplify that expression. So to simplify, we need to first get rid of the brackets by expanding. So we use our distributive property. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 1 is x. 3x times 6x is 18x squared. 3x times 3 is 9x. So now we have an expression with no brackets. We can combine our like terms and simplify. So now here is the expression for the area of the shape. So just one thing to remember when you are combining like terms, like here I had 2x squared plus 18x squared, a lot of people make the mistake of adding the exponents. So they would say 20x to the exponent 4. But that's not right because you're just saying, well, there's 2x squareds over here and you're adding 18x squareds over here. So how many x squareds do you have? Well, you have 20 of them. Same with here. You have 1x, you have plus 9x's, How many x's do you have? Well, you have 10 x's. You don't have 10x squared. You're not multiplying them. So that's a common mistake. Watch out for that. And now we have a question about the perimeter. So if the perimeter is 386 centimeters, what is x? Well, we already have an expression for the perimeter. It was 20x plus 6. And we're told in the question that the perimeter is 386 centimeters. So we can substitute that in for our perimeter. Now we have an equation that we can solve. So now we're just doing algebra. We want to get rid of the plus 6, so we have to subtract 6 from both sides. And once we've done that, now we have to get rid of the 20, the coefficient on the x. So we need to divide both sides by 20. So we end up with x equals 19. So now let's switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about a three-dimensional object. This time we're going to write a simplified expression for the volume. So we're looking at volume this time. This is a rectangular prism, so the volume is length times width times height, and we're given expressions for the length, the width, and the height. So when we write the expression for the volume, we're just doing that. The length is 3x plus 5 times the width is 3x times the height is 4x. We're just multiplying all of that together. And that's where the tricky part is, because we have to simplify this expression. So we need to do the multiplication. So I would suggest that we do the 3x times the 4x first. 3x times 4x is 12x squared. And now we can multiply 12x squared by 3x plus 5. And we're doing that distributive property. So 12x squared times 3x is 36x to the exponent 3. Because remember, when you're multiplying x squared times x, you're multiplying powers with the same base, you add the exponents. And then we have 12x squared times 5. So that ends up being 60x squared. So the simplified expression for the volume is 36x cubed plus 60x squared. Now some people will get into trouble here because they will just start to add these together, and they'll come up with something like 96x to the exponent 5 or something crazy like that. But remember, these are not like terms. This is x cubed, this is x squared. These are totally different things. We can't add them together. So this is as far as we can go when we're asked to simplify. And now we're looking at the same rectangular prism, but now we're going to write a simplified expression for the surface area instead of the volume. So remember what surface area is. Surface area is the total area of all the surfaces. So each face, there's 6 faces on this rectangular prism. We have to add up the area of each face to get the total surface area. So oftentimes it's helpful to draw out all of the different faces with their dimensions. At least I find that easier. So start with the front face. We have a face that is 3x plus 5 in length and 4x in height. And we have another one of those. So we have 2 of those. The top and the bottom faces, we have 2 the same. So this is 3x plus 5 by 3x. Then we have the faces on the sides. There are 2 of those, 4x by 3x. So those are our 6 different faces. We can find the area of each by doing length times width. And you should end up with this for each. And then you can add all those areas together to get your total surface area. So don't forget, when you are adding like terms, you don't add the exponents on the variable. So we're just doing 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 9 plus 9. That's 66x squared. And then 20x plus 20x plus 15x plus 15x, that's 70x. So 66x squared plus 70x is the simplified expression for the surface area of this rectangular prism.